Good morning, my fellow prospectors. How are you guys doing today? This is your boy Lewis with Demigods Gaming. So, on this episode today, what we're going to work on is we're going to do a couple missions. Depending on the mission that we're going to do, that's going to be if we do one or two. So, a quick recap. So, on yesterday's episode, we went and upgraded to the fabricator, went ahead and added the cooking station to the base, added the glass station, we added some glass, and overnight I went ahead and added the floor, give it a nice little wood aesthetic look. What do you guys think about that one? Then I finished off the ranch off screen. Still have to add the food and everything else and bring the animals up in here. So let me know what you guys think. And then during the off screen too, I managed to get my hands on a moa. So we're gonna go ahead and let her grow. Let's double check the crown. So for this mission, let's go take a look at what missions we have. Alright, let's see what we have. We have locate the abandoned base or mine some ore for delivery. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and knock this one out. We're going to take care of that one. It wants us to mine iron ore. So this one's actually relatively easy and quick to do because if you have iron ore at your base, let's go ahead and split this up. It just wants 51. I'm just going to give them what they want. I'm not going to give them any extra. So with that, we go ahead and go to the delivery pod. Boom. Now it's going to drop another delivery pod. Boom. All right. So if you want to do that, this is kind of what you want to work on. See how you get 100 there? And as you proceed with them, you unlock more and the rewards are higher. Once you complete all these, it does give you a time frame to knock them out.
Welcome back. Lagos unit runs Icarus for the UDA, but most of this planet's still a blank on the map. The unit wants new drop zones, which means getting terrain scans, and they'll pay for the privilege. Just set up a radar in 3 locations and come back alive. You up for it?
So it wants us to set this up at 3 different locations. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and start it. It's going to drop us down to some radars, but in this case, so to work on this today, I actually did something a little bit different. I went ahead and brought my main character over here. Okay. So I have him set up with my gear that I like to run with. Time is but of the essence. Remember what I always told you guys, when you're at base, follow the ABCs. Always be crafting. So going back to what I was just saying, I did bring my main character over here so we can work on some of these missions because they can be pretty brutal. Alright. If you take a look, I have them set up. I do have the workshop suit and workshop sneak armor that I like to use. Top of I run 2 of my favorite modules. One, food, water, and oxygen consumption. 15% less. And on top of that, I also have movement speed. It does have a slot for oxygen, and it has a slot for water. When you buy those, it's definitely nice to have because it's just going to help you out. So see, this gun is just a single shot. I don't use it, but there's a reason why I got it. So I wouldn't have to craft it later, and I'll show you guys that in a different episode. Put it in my hands. Go to right here to this water. Fill it. Alright. Alright, so this is something that's been happening a lot in this game. So what happens is it's a glitch in the game. So now in order to fix it, when you guys run into this, you have to exit. You gotta load your guy back into the map, and 9 times out of 10 it fixes the problem. Let me know down below if you guys have ran into this issue on console, or if you ran into it on PC. After doing that, it should let me do what I wanted to do. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go grab the equipment. We're going to try this with just a bow. Alright. First spot it wants us to go to. Sometimes these make you travel pretty far. So we got one spot here. We got one spot here. One spot over there. We're going to start and work our way from the bottom up. With that being said, we're going to take our horse. If you take a look on your mini map while you're playing, it's right there. Sometimes be careful with that due to the fact doesn't plan out the terrain or whatever's in your way. This is where it's nice to have animals because this will help you traverse the map a lot faster. Alright, we are here at the mission marker spot. I went ahead and put our horse away. Taking care of everything real quick.
This is the zone. It's around here somewhere.
So this is where it wants us to put it. Go ahead and place it. Get ready because it will attract animals. Once we activate this, it's going to attract them.
There you go. Stations online.
That's it. So we have to make sure we keep this safe. My hammer ready to go. So now we're just waiting for it to do what it needs to do. So if you take a look, the way I have my character's build done, it is done in a way where I can sneak and I can see the animal's health and I use my bow to use with the sneak attack. I also have him where he can shoot around. Say, what is that? 67%, 69%? Now I can run into any kind of animal in this game. Like, see, we got two of them coming. Take advantage. Repair it real quick. We are done. Now let's just collect the scanner. Boom. Next step. This cave did have an exotic because I saw it all the way at the end. Alright, so quick recap for you guys. Exotics. Exotics is pretty much what the story of Elysium of Icarus is about. We're prospectors, we're going out, and our job is to harvest exotics. And then the exotics, what we can do is we send them up to the base and we get them, they send up to the base, you could go to the workshop, and this is a part of the currency in the game. You could trade the exotics for rent. Depending on your armor setting, you need to use with Ren, and sometimes you have to use exotic. If you take a look, my gear is from the workshop that I currently have. My bow is from the workshop. So I'm going to show you guys something real quick. So, if you take a look, I have 2% melee damage, 2% projectile damage, 5% physical resistance, 4% stamina regeneration, 6% on heat and cold, 2% exposure resistance. But the reason why I like it, crouch movement speed, stealth damage, plus 15%. Perceived threat, some may like it, some may not. That is why I like to wear it. If you go look at my bow, now I take into account 75% projected damage, 50% movement speed. This is negative, just so you guys know. Ammo capacity, 300 rate of fire per minute, 0.7 seconds reload, 15% charge speed of bows. So now I attach that damage with the damage that my flint arrows do. 50% critical damage, 30%, and 5% projectile damage. So now I'm stacking all these buffs, and on top of that, we also have, which they're about to run out. So on top of that, you also have all my food buffs. So you put that all into account, and that is how you do your character. So remember when I told you guys that food buffs matter. Food buffs matter for you guys. So those of you that sleep on it, so if you take a look, I lost my food buffs. If you take a look, my stamina took a hit, everything took a hit. See how my stamina bar is not as big as it was before. Let's go ahead and put this on there. Oh, when you guys are out looking for exotics, do not, unless your animal is a high level and you feel that it can handle taking some damage, do not put the stuff on your animals. Because there's nothing worse than you do all that work and your animal dies and now you lost all your exotics. It's alright, during this recording we made a quick pit stop. So during this pit stop, what I wanted to do is get my food buffs back up and drop these exotics off. So what you're going to do to drop them off, first you're going to go to this screen, this board right here, and you're going to request. Okay, I already requested it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to send it up. Now that I dropped my exotics off in there, you can also send any gear or whatnot you wanted to send up to repair. Deliver to stations, back up. Take a look on my screen right there, exotic delivery. I got 29 exotics delivered. Those sell in the workshop. The conversion rate's 1 for 5 Ren. All right. We're right to the next part. Same process. Kind of helps if I activate it. So what's going on, it looks like they're getting stuck on the mountain ridge, which is perfect for us. I'm going to take advantage of it. Why not? But while we're here waiting for this part to go on it, how do you guys enjoying the story, the mission based stories? How many have you completed? Are you running it solo? Do you do it with a couple buddies? Me and my buddies have done a couple of them. We got to the point where it wants us to go to the desert biome, which we explored a little bit. I didn't spend too much time over there, but it's definitely other areas I do want to explore. So we'll do that during these playthroughs. Let's pick this up. All right. We just arrived. Let's get this one going. Activate. Now we just got to let it run. It's going to be a little bit different because now we don't have just one narrow path where they could come from. We have a whole 180 area of where they're going to come from. So we're just going to sit back and wait it out. So based off what we were looking at, I hear something. Bear cubs. All right, scanner is done. All right, with that being said, all right, stay down. More bear cubs. Another bear cub. So you have one mama bear and multiple cubs. Those cubs can't be a nuisance. We are all done. We completed the mission, and we are good to go. Now we can go back to the base. So if you notice, when you do these kind of missions, it does let you keep the equipment. So we ended up collecting 100 Ren. So that was that easy peasy. That's why I started in the direction. We started at the top of the map, worked our way, started at the bottom of the map, worked our way to the top of the map, worked to the middle of the map, because we're going to be close to base. So now that we completed that mission, what's going to happen next is we are going to go here. No, wrong one. Wait a minute. We did get exotics. So we're going to request this. So during our travels, I made a couple pit stops, and I was able to locate a cave that had exotics on it. So I just went ahead and collected them up. Got ourselves some more exotics. All right, so if you take a look at, now that we send the exotics up, if you take a look at, if we go to operations, so we got that one done. That one's been done. Okay. This one has been completed. Then we have a couple more to do. So we are all set, good to go there. All right, folks. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and call this an episode. I appreciate you guys stopping up. So, we're a quick recap. We went ahead and knocked out 2 missions. We knocked out one of the story missions of Icarus. With that being said, we are going to call this an episode. So those are you that are new to the channel. Appreciate you guys stopping up. If you guys definitely can leave me a like and a subscribe. And if you do subscribe, turn on your notifications. With your notifications, you will be updated every time I post a new video or I go live. When I'm live, feel free to come and join us. Leave a comment down below too. Those of you that continuously watch the series, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. Go ahead and leave a comment down below how you guys are enjoying the series. And on top of that, let me know how you guys are doing with your missions. So with that being said, my fellow prospectors, this is Lewis with Demigods Gaming. Lewis out.